Hello, thank you for joining with me. We are in A Course in Miracles, complete and annotated edition. This is Volume 3, Manual for Teachers, Day 2. That was a mouthful. So I feel a little bit of anxiety today because I feel very disorganized. I'm so used to my routine. And I'm not going to put boundaries on anything and restrictions and expectations. I said before I was going to read 2 paragraphs a day. I am not going to put that. I mean, I may want to read more. I may want to read less. It may call for something else. You know, whatever I'm inspired to do daily, I will do. As far as lessons, text, etc., I'm not going to put restrictions on it or put expectations on myself. I would ideally love to record these live. That would save me a tremendous amount of time. But I do see some anxiety coming up for me in that because I can't commit to the same time every day. I have all these excuses. Anyhow, and then I'd feel obligated to get it on my YouTube station, which is not reality. I can just upload it live and keep it on my Facebook page. So I'm just going to let all that go and just kind of explain where I am, just so I really don't know what to expect. I will continue reading the text and the Manual for Teachers, and ideally I would love to get up and read them live on my Facebook page. So if you're not on my Facebook page, please join it. It's ACIM Read With Me. I will post a link. I think it's connected to my YouTube channel. So I don't know. I just have to do this for me. And then if anyone benefits from it, that's awesome. I just I'm trying to... I don't know what I'm trying to do, but I think it's of the ego and not of the spirit. It's definitely of the ego and not of the spirit, and I need to follow my spirit. So I'm not going to put pressure on myself. I'm going to lead. I'm going to allow the spirit to lead me, and that is what I'm going to do. Dear God, please help me to set aside everything I think I know about what I should be doing, who I should be doing it for. Help me to listen to you, God. Help me to follow you. Help me to set aside everything I think I know for an open mind and a new experience. I love you, God. Thank you. Amen. We are picking up in the introduction, paragraph 3. The curriculum that you set up is therefore determined exclusively by what you think you are and what you believe the relationship of others is to you. In the formal teaching situation, these questions may be totally unrelated to what you think you are teaching. Yet it is impossible not to use the content of any situation on behalf of what you really teach, and therefore learn. To this, the verbal content of your teaching is quite irrelevant. It may coincide with it, or it may not. It is the teaching underlying what you say that teaches you. Teaching but reinforces what you believe about yourself. Its fundamental purpose is to diminish self-doubt. This does not mean that the self you are trying to protect is real, but it does mean that the self you think is real is what you teach. This, paragraph 4, this is inevitable. There is no escape from it. How could it be otherwise? Everyone who follows the world's curriculum, and everyone here does follow it until he changes his mind, teaches solely to convince himself that he is what he is not. Herein is the purpose of the world. What else, then, would its curriculum be? into this hopeless and closed learning situation which teaches nothing but despair and death, God sends His teachers. And as they teach His lessons of joy and hope, their learning finally becomes complete. Except for God's teachers, there would be no hope of salvation, for the world of sin would be forever real. The self-deceiving must deceive, for they must teach deception. I'm going to go down and read footnote 4. In context, this seems to mean that someone who deceives himself about who he really is will inevitably teach this same deception and will therefore deceive others into believing that they are not who they really are. If all teachers in the world were like this, then everyone would forever believe that this unreal world, along with his earthly identity, is real. And what else is hell? I am going to continue reading. This is a manual for the teachers of God. They are not perfect, or they would not be here. Yet it is their mission to become perfect here, and so they teach perfection over and over in many, many ways until they have learned it. And then they are seen no more, although their thoughts remain a source of strength and truth forever. Footnote 5, see Manual 26.2 for further discussion of this idea. Who are they? How are they chosen? What do they do? How can they work out their own salvation and the salvation of the world? This manual attempts to answer these questions. Thank you so much. I'm excited to be on this journey with you. That is the conclusion of the introduction of the manual for teachers. I love you.